What's up everyone, this is Aaron from Dad.0. So I personally love reviewing budget smartwatches, just because not everyone needs to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get the best of the best. A lot of people aren't training for marathons or need to check their email or have apps on their smartwatch. They just want the basics. They want to get notifications to their wrist. They want to get a general overview of their activity and how active they're being. Maybe keep an eye on their heart rate and track a workout, those sort of things. One of the newer ones that I'm reviewing today is the Vastking Fit M3, and it has a lot of cool features for only $60 US, and actually you can find it for even cheaper. So I picked one up, I've been using it for a while now, and I just want to give you my review of it. First, let's cover some of the specs of this Fit M3. It has kind of an Apple Watch style design with a 1.65 inch IPS display, resolution at 240 by 295. It has 24/7 heart rate monitoring. It does have blood oxygen level monitoring as well. It has sleep monitoring. For battery life, they quote 30 days of standby time. Now, you're not going to get that unless you basically don't use it at all. If you're using it normally, they quote 7 days of battery life. You do get the push notifications from your smartphone. You have music controls, camera remote, breathe exercises, female health tracking. It is IP68 waterproof, and it can track 8 different types of workouts. It also has Bluetooth 5.0 and is compatible with Android and iOS. Now, before I get into my full review of it, let's talk about how you use this and the navigation of this smartwatch. Now, setting up this watch was really simple. The companion app for this watch is an app called Fit, and that's not a joke. It's actually called Fit, D-A-Fit. And even though it has a horrible name, it's actually a decent app, but I'll get more into that in just a minute. So all you need to do is download the app, turn on the smartwatch, go into the app and connect to the smartwatch through the settings, and then you're set to go. Total setup time was about 5 minutes. To get to your watch face, you can do a couple different things. You can press the button on the side, or you can turn your wrist to wake the display. There's no tap to wake feature on this right now. There are some pre-installed watch faces to choose from on the watch, or you can go into the app and download one from a bunch available. Now, like a lot of smartwatches, once you're on the watch face, swiping left, right, up, or down will bring up different menus or different widgets. If you swipe to the left, you'll get an overview of how your day is going. The first card or widget is your steps. Here you can see how many steps you've taken that day, and you can scroll down to see how many steps you've taken during the week. Swiping again will bring you to your sleep. Again, you can see how you slept the night before and how your sleep is going for the entire week. The next card is your heart rate, and you can actually click and measure your heart rate by pressing this button. And again, scrolling down will get you more data. The next card is your SpO2 monitoring. Again, you can click to measure and get more information. And the last card is your weather, where you get current weather and a forecast. Going back to the watch face and swiping to the right will bring up a menu of all the apps available. Here you can also access all those cards like the steps, sleep monitoring, heart rate, SpO2, and weather, but you can also track your workouts. Again, there's 8 workouts you can track: walking, running, cycling, skipping, badminton, basketball, football, and swimming. Now, that might be the most random list of workouts that I've ever seen, but hey, at least they cover the essentials, and I'm sure the badminton players and skippers will be very excited. Going back to the menu, you can also access your notifications here. You can access the camera remote, music controls. You can get into your breathe exercises here. You can program an alarm. You can set a timer. You also have a stopwatch app. There's a flashlight. You can use the Find My Phone feature, which I personally love and use daily. You can customize the watch face and get into more advanced settings like brightness, do not disturb, theater mode, and then you can also reset and power off the watch. Going back to the watch face and swiping up will bring up your notifications. So if you were to miss a notification on your wrist, you can easily access them here, and you can customize which notifications you want pushed to the watch. And lastly, going back to the watch face and swiping down will just bring up some quick access to apps and settings. Going back to the Fit app, and I really can't get used to saying that. Anyways, like I said, it's a decent app. When you open it up, you're immediately brought to your today, so you can get a little bit more detail on your steps, your sleep, your heart rate monitoring throughout the day, your heart rate zones, your blood oxygen level, and then your workouts at the bottom here. And then on the bottom, you have 3 icons. If you click on the watch, you can download watch faces, you can customize your notifications, alarms. By clicking on others, there's a lot more detail that you can customize here. And then going back to the menu, you can also do the upgrade button, which downloads and installs new firmware updates for the watch. The last tab is called Me, which is basically your profile. Again, you can edit your profile here, your height, your weight, your age. You can set different goals for steps. You can integrate with other health apps here, and then just get more information about the app. So the app itself is very basic, but it's very user-friendly, very easy to understand, and gives you most, if not all, the information that you need from a budget smartwatch. Okay, let's get into my review of this watch. First, let's start with the design. Overall, I really like the design. Especially coming from an Apple Watch, this is very easy to get used to. It does have a metal casing around the display, which is a nice touch for a budget smartwatch. The weight is only 40 grams, which is actually pretty light. Doesn't feel bulky, doesn't feel heavy on the wrist. Again, the display is 1.65 inches, and overall it's a decent display. It's an IPS panel, so it's not going to be like your OLED displays on some of the higher end watches, but in my opinion, it does get nice and bright. I have no problem seeing this outside. Everything is really crisp and clear on the screen. The touch functions work very well. The bezels are a little thick on this watch, but not annoyingly so. Again, something you would expect on a budget smartwatch. The band that comes with it is a 20mm silicone band. And overall, it's okay. It's a little bit stiff, but the nice thing is that this is interchangeable. For performance, when it comes to just navigating through the watch OS, this does pretty well. It's not going to be as fluid or as smooth as some of the more expensive watches. It gets a little bit more choppy sometimes, but I've never experienced any significant lag or crashing yet. Going in and out of apps, checking my notifications, and tracking workouts have been really easy to do. This does have Bluetooth 5.0, so all notifications come in right away, and it has a strong connection even when I'm pretty far away from my phone. When it comes to fitness and health tracking, just like with most budget smartwatches, this will give you a good overview of your health and fitness activity. And what I mean by that is it's not going to be the most accurate out there. This doesn't have GPS on board, so you're not going to get exact distances. The heart rate monitor, while it does really good measuring your resting heart rate, when it comes to tracking your high and low heart rate during workouts, it tends to be a bit sluggish. Comparing this to my Apple Watch, the heart rate was consistently about 10 beats less during a workout. But like I said, when I'm not doing a workout, I think the resting heart rate is spot on. The SpO2 monitor seems to be fairly accurate as well, but don't be surprised if this gives you some readings that seem way off from time to time. Same thing goes with sleep tracking. I believe this does track fairly accurately, but is it 100%? No, it's not. There's been a few nights where I know it's at least 15 to 20, maybe up to an hour off. So again, as long as you're okay with getting kind of a general overview of your fitness and health activity rather than exact results, then you're going to be very pleased with this smartwatch. Okay, so taking all this into account, do I think it's worth $60 and would I recommend it? I would say yes. I think it is worth $60. I think it's got a nice looking design. It doesn't look cheap. Navigation and UI is easy. It gets pretty good battery life. I am seeing about 6 to 7 days like they quote, and that's with typically tracking 1/2 hour to an hour workout per day and all notifications on. And I think the fitness and health features are generally accurate, like I said before. And at the end of the day, it's $60 or less, so it doesn't really have to wow you all that much to be worth it. So if you're interested in it, I'll put a link in the description below so you can check it out, get some more reviews, get some more information, and buy it if you wish. If you have any questions or comments about this watch or any smartwatch out there, leave them in the comments below. I'll get to them. I'll try to answer them. I appreciate everyone that watched to the end of this video. All right, everyone, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.